Boys and girls, I want to talk with you today about a strategy that you can use to help you add and subtract numbers. This strategy is called base 10 block strategy. And I always tell my students that there's more than one way to solve a problem. And so this is one way or one strategy that you can use. First, I want to go over what the different types of blocks that we might be using. This is an example, and it's very thick, of 1,000 block. Okay, so there are 1,000 little blocks in this one. And how we would represent that is we would draw a cube. And if you're not a real fancy drawer, it doesn't matter. But what you can do is if you draw two squares, one kind of diagonal from the other, and you just connect the corners, that will help you draw a cube. And remember, a cube represents 1,000 little blocks. Okay, so remember, this is a base 10 block strategy that we're talking about blocks. So that's 1,000. The next would be they call it, I've heard them call it a flat. And basically what it would be is it would be 10 blocks by 10 blocks. So 10 times 10 would be 100. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you count up all of those little blocks, then that would equal 100. So I've heard them call them flats. What I normally do is I just tell students just to represent it with a little block, a little box like that, and that's going to be equal to 100. Okay, so we have a cube equals 1,000 and a flat or a block equal to 100. Okay, the next one that I want to talk to you about is just a stick or like a row of blocks, and there are 10 little ones in this. So you could either draw a little stick like that, and that would be equal to 10. Now, you can draw just a plain line, which would be like a stick, or you could do it this way. Either way is fine, as long as you can remember. And the last one is just a tiny little itty-bitty single, which would be 1. So you could either make it like a little tiny box, like this. You could do a little dot, whichever one you want, but that would be equal to ones. So we have ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. Okay, so it's important to kind of understand what that is so that you can get to, I'm going to show you how to add and subtract. So I want you to either have this handy, sketch it, whatever, so that it's handy for you to use in just a few minutes. Okay? All right, now how do we use it to be able to add and subtract? So what I prepared was I wrote down a couple problems. The first one we're going to do is the addition. And the addition problem is 52 plus 27. So using our little chart that we just created, we need to draw our pictures to go along with our numbers. So if we have 52, we know that we have 5 tens and 2 ones, but we have to draw it. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over right beside it, and you're going to draw 5 tens and 2 ones. Well, remember our little tens are sticks, and you can either draw little lines or you can draw little sticks. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to draw 5 little sticks, and then I'm going to draw 2 ones, and I'm just going to do my little dots. Okay, so I have 5 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 2 ones. Okay, then I go down to the next number, which is 27. So I know I have 2 tens and I have 7 ones. So I'm going to draw my 2 tens, and remember those are like the little sticks. And then I'm going to draw my 7 ones. Okay, and I always double check myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? Now, I go ahead and draw my line. And remember, this is plus. So, the first thing we do is we always add our ones up first. So, if I know that I have 2 and 7, all I need to do is count up my dots. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I write that down. Okay, the next thing I do is I have to add my tens. Well, I can count by tens, or I can count these up and then multiply by 10, whichever one's easier. I'm just going to count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So I have 70 tens and I have 9 ones. Well, if I put those together, 70 plus 9 equals 79. Now that's the base 10 block strategy for addition. And how I can double check myself is I can come over here and do it the old-fashioned way, and I can say 7 plus 2 is 9. 7, 8, 9. And then I say 5, 6, 7. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to be comfortable using either way. Okay? All right, now let's see how this works when we're working with subtraction. Okay? So we have the addition, now we need the subtraction. Okay, so we'll slide this over just a little bit. And then I look at this and I think, okay, I have to use pictures. So again, I have to say, I know that I have 4 tens and I have 6 ones. So let's go ahead and draw our little sticks. And I need 4 of those because I have 46. So this is 4 tens. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 tens. And then I need 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I go down and I say I have 2 tens and 3 ones. 23 is 2 tens, 3 ones. So I say 2 tens and 3 ones. Now, oh, I'm sorry, not plus, minus, make sure you don't make the same mistake I just made. Okay, so now what I do is when I was adding the dots, remember I counted all of them. I don't add them this time, I subtract them. Well, this problem happens to be easy because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dots at the top, and I have 3 dots at the bottom. Now, one way you could do it is you could actually just say, okay, so I know that there's 6 and it cancels out these 3. So if I say these cancel out each other, how many do I have left? And that would be 3. Because 6 minus 3 is 3. And if you do the cancellation method, that works for you. I don't have to borrow because I know I did have 6 on top. If I have more dots on top than I have on the bottom, I'm in good shape. Let's look at the tens. I have 4 tens. I have 2 tens. We could do the cancellation method again, and I know that I have these 2 will cancel out this, and so how many do I have left? I have 2. So my answer would be 2 tens, or 20 plus 3, which would be 23. Now, if you could just do a mental math and say that's a 2, and that'd be 20, and then 23, but let's check ourselves. 6 minus 3 is 3. 4 minus 2 is 2. Does it work out? It sure does. Okay, this is the base 10 block strategy. I hope this helps a little bit. Again, it would be really handy to have something like this so that you could refer to it. And again, I hope this helped you. All right, thanks.